We also had a youth intake. And this might be the best youth intake we've ever had on this save. Really, really pleasing.
Into the black hole. Sing for my soul.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Sunshine on Leyth. Triple A. That'd be lovely. So, yeah, Liverpool today. Probably got quite a big bumper crop of games. Not entirely sure how or what the last live com of today's game will be because of FA Cup stuff. The fact that there could be more FA Cup games. And here's why. Not going to go through loads of highlights. Basically, we took the lead through Dale Connor. They equalised through Carl Machin. And then Cyril Charlier was able to give us the win at the Riverside. So we are through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup where we've been drawn against Watford at home. So there's an actual chance of potentially sneaking into an FA Cup semi-final this year as mate. Just on top of that. Now, Sam Vertelbor, Sam Carrot Farmer, FM16 Wimbledon save, Sam Farmer. Huh. You're right. Coincidence? I think not. I know Paddy Power sponsored those Huddersfield kits for a marketing stunt. Now they've clearly gone to another level. Is there also a William Hill or a Victor Chandler in the database? You know, I haven't even thought to check. Sadly not. No William Hills or Victor Chandlers. But one thing I thought might be quite fun is if we just have a look and see who's actually managing all the Premier League clubs now, because, you know, it's 12 years into a save. We may as well have a little gan. So starting off, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer still at United, amazingly. At Southampton, Abel Ferreira is now the manager. Over at Spurs, it's Zizou, Zinedine Zidane doing his thing. At Watford, it is Nico Kovac. So, okay, interesting. He's done a good job there. Graham Murty is, of course, at West Ham. Reading legend, as I've been informed. Marvin Suarez, I'm obviously the manager of Whitport. We've got Nuno Espirito Santo, who's still at Wolves, although I do think he may have left at one point. Yes, in fact, he's gone all around the block, but he's back at Wolves again now. Arsenal are being managed by Didier Deschamps. Blackhaven, of course, managed by Eddie Howe. Don't know how much longer. Oh, look, they're back in their stadium. They're back. 22,500 seats now in the Leyth Investments Authority Stadium. I wonder what the max capacity they could go to is. Then we've got Bournemouth being managed by Ben Gibson, of all people. Then Brighton is being managed by Frank de Boer. Oh dear, unlucky. Although they're doing okay. Simone Inzaghi is at Bristol City, and, well, you know how it's going for them. Burnley being managed by Jack Ross. Chelsea are being managed by Ernesto Valverde. They've also got Federico Valverde. I don't think they're related in any way. I just found it kind of interesting. Everton being managed by Jindrik Tripasovsky, yeah. Fulham being managed by Jonathan Robinson. I just don't know who that is at all. He starts off as Liverpool's under-18 assistant manager. Oh, okay, that's one of the weirder ones I've seen. Leeds being managed by Ruben Amorim. Leicester City being managed by Filippo Inzaghi. Both the Inzaghis are in the Premier League. You love to see it. And Liverpool being managed by Miguel Herrera. That's kind of cool as well. Where did he come from? Wow. So he was at Club America for ages, then to Juve, and then to Liverpool. That's a cool one as well. And I think we're back to Manchester City. Pep Guardiola still there. I think, though, he's been there the entire time. So there we go. Slight concern is that Dimitris Ropas is now also out. He's going to be out for 6 weeks with a sprained knee ligament. We are really struggling towards the end of the year. It's just not been a good year for us on injuries, unfortunately. But I'm only allowed a certain amount of physios. They've all got max stats. There's not a lot more we can do. Once you start getting a few injuries, you then have to put players in, and then, yeah, that's how it goes. So we're going to do a selection advice here to see who's even available. It's going to be Levy and Billington up front for today's game. I managed to rest a few players for the Middlesbrough game to at least allow someone like Kimberley and Bazudi to get back to full fitness. So it's actually a pretty strong-looking team. Surely Fraser Thompson is, nope, still not available. Good God, man. And we'll have Shota on the bench as well. So that's your team. The bench, Shota, Vukuripa, Watson, Davison, Chan, Morton, and Nevitt. We're fighting a losing battle against Liverpool, but we're going to give it a go. These are not the sort of games that we expect to take points from. The fact that we're into ninth again with a 4-point gap over Everton and somehow only an 8-point gap to Blackhaven, they are sort of coming for us with the run they've been on. They've won 4 in a row now. I don't know who they've got next, but we get to play them third from last game of the season. So I don't think if they are right behind us there, that could be a hell of a grudge match because we're on the cusp of finishing above them, and I don't know if we've ever done that before. I think we might have done it once. I think we have finished above Blackhaven once. If anyone can remember, that'd be awesome. Oh my God, Liverpool very nearly got themselves caught out there. Very around the side for Pajas. He was a menace against us earlier this year, but he gets the shot away this time. Galeko. Gaheen. Oh no, it's one of those goals, isn't it? Yep. Okay, well, you can't stop that. Once they set those free kicks up like that. I don't know. Does anyone know how you can make your team do these free kicks? Because I've never found a way to make it happen. The moment they take this free kick, it's a guaranteed goal. They almost never get saved. So there we go, 1-0. And Pages is through again, and wow, big save from Griggs. Galeko's through again, and he's hit the post this time. They are just menacing. Patumbi. Oh, God. Kaleko's through again. Verteball makes a brilliant tackle, but he is just getting rinsed. Going to try to mark him, but it's hard because we don't really want to get dragged out too wide. I'm just pushing Simon Nelson up to an attacking role. I know we've used him on support for a few years, and he does do well there, but I do kind of wonder if the reason that Dave Morton is so effective when he comes into the team at the moment is because he plays as an attacker rather than as a support role. Okay, Morelli's flicked it down for Billington, but he's not the player he won on the ball right now, unfortunately. Nelson could do a job here, though. Maybe. Billington, oh, use the space. Levy's in. Oh, and it's just bent wide. There was a little run being made by Nelson, and maybe if they could have found him. Here we go. This is where we could be dangerous. Pizzudi's ball in. Nobody's there, but Connor can't turn. Oh. Half time, and it's 1-0. And I remember when we played Liverpool earlier this year, we lost like 5-0, I think. But they scored those 2 really late goals in the first half. We've avoided that this time. Oh, dispossessed. Oh, we so nearly got the ball off them in the midfield there. That would have been a great chance for us. Galeko bringing it down the right-hand side now for Liverpool. Todorovic whips it back inside to Alex, and I think this player's going to break down, and then we're having a shot in the end, I imagine. Although we had our little opportunity here, they're going to scream this one in the top corner in a minute, aren't they? They just have that one more man over than us in every single position. Galeko's through again. Chario's done very well to win that ball off of 3 people. Billington around the side for Levy. Levy's got it. Can he get the equaliser? Levy's through. Oh, no, Sean. He's not even hit the target. So far, it's been a better performance than last time around, though. Sancho straight in as Liverpool make it 2-0 now. It's been coming, to be fair. We have looked at least a little bit more defensively solid than we did against them last time. We didn't collapse completely, although there's still time for that yet, I suppose. They just play such nice football here. Just little bit of space in behind for Jadon Sancho. He's got all the time in the world to slot that home for 2-0. Corone's ball in, and it's in the back. They're just poor from us. From a set piece of all places like that. It's just bad. Patumbi, easy. Like, this is just straight in. Like, there's players all over the shop that should be winning that, and they just don't. Please don't fall apart completely at the end now, guys, if you could avoid it. Shorter with an interesting ball in behind, and Levy's in again here. Sean Levy, and again he fails to finish. We just can't finish. All I can really say is it's an improvement just barely over what happened at Anfield, although we've once again let ourselves down from set pieces and failed to take our chances when they presented themselves. We didn't deserve anything from the game, but we could have. Maybe. Probably not. Well, there we go. Whitport 0, Liverpool 3. Not ideal, given that we've also played more games than a lot of the teams around us, including Blackhaven, who, if they win their game, whoever it's against, could go to within 4 points of us with 6 matches to go. Imagine if they clawed that one back. Yeah, not sure if the second live comp today will be Blackhaven. We'll have to see what happens in the FA Cup matches. So back in a sec. Right then, we're back. And the Cup did not go to plan, unfortunately. We were behind after just 2 minutes to Watford. A very good Watford side, to be fair. And in the second half, they just made things worse for us, to be fair. We didn't really do a lot. Didn't offer anything going forward. Just a really, really nice goal. Brought it down lovely from Spice, 2-0. Thankfully, though, we were able to get a win over Burnley in the league. Clive Kimberley from the penalty spot was all that separated us, but that was a huge victory, with Blackhaven actually still winning games and bearing down on us. Sadly, we weren't able to replicate that in the game against Spurs. We conceded from a corner at the start of the second half. We actually played very, very well in terms of chance creation. Didn't have a lot of the ball, but had 5 chances to score in this game and couldn't do it. Spurs made it 2-0 with this absolute thunderbolt from Sargent, and that was game over. But then something magical happened. We had our best win of the season. Clive Kimberley here, disguised as a lovely little ball back to Simon Nelson, drives into the box and just drills one home for his 7th of the year, 1-0. Then, on 25 minutes, Bazzudi's ball in, Thompson's header, flicks over the goalkeeper, 2-0. I thought, are we finally going to get a good away win in the league? But then West Ham did get back into the game, literally in first half stoppage time, and I thought, it's happening again. Nice little finish from Macias, 2-1. But then in the second half, we kicked on. It was great. Literally straight into the second half, Clive Kimberley out on the right-hand side. Bruzidi comes back to Clive Kimberley again, driving into the box, doing his best, comes back to Sean Levy for his first goal in the Premier League. And then not long after that, Kimberley dinks another ball in. Dale Connors on the end of it. It's 4-1, game over. Then West Ham get a red card, which makes things even easier for us before we go out and do some more damage to them. Lovely work again here. Morton drops the ball inside. There's Clive Kimberley getting on the action of scoring himself. A very weak goal, but still, 5-1. And then in the 92nd minute of the match, Morton again doing lovely work out wide. Wonderful stuff. Whips the ball across. And there was Ropas on his return to the team after his injury. 6-1. Huge win. And all that leaves us 9th in the league. Those 2 wins in our last 3, the Burnley one was a scrappy one, for sure. But that one against West Ham was very much needed at that time. So really, really glad to get that. You might notice, though, Blackhaven are hot on our heels. They beat Arsenal. They then drew with Burnley. But then they went and beat someone else. And I can't even remember who it was. It might have been West Ham, actually. No, sorry, they drew with Burnley. Then they beat Wolves and Everton. They've been sneaking little victories here and there. But the fact is, they've been getting the results very convincingly. Well, not very convincingly, but enough to pull themselves back up the league again. Eddie Howe they were on a really really bad run, and Eddie Howe really does seem to have pulled them out of it in quite some style. They've now got more points this year than they did last year, and are on for potentially even a better finish as things go, with Everton sort of struggling somewhat as of late. But, annoyingly, today, if they were to win a castle at the Lighthouse, they would go level on points with us with 2 matches to go. I did not expect them to catch us up the way they have done, but I can sort of understand how that's happened. Kimberly now with 14 assists on the year, 9 Man of the Match awards. He's not going to get the best average rating unless he puts in 3 stunning performances, but he's still going to be in for some serious plaudits for his performances for the club this year, and it makes me very happy. We also had a youth intake, and this might be the best youth intake we've ever had on this save. Really, really pleasing. So first of all, Danny Conroy, a left-back who's already wanted by Huddersfield for a transfer. He was the sort of pick of the bunch, a 4-star, well, 3.5, 4-star player. Not bad, really. Good crossing and dribbling for a 16-year-old. He's not the quickest, though. Good stamina, fairly tall, marking okay. His passing and tackling are good. Got great teamwork, very determined. He's definitely the best player we've ever had through our youth intake, for sure. Fickle personality, not so great. We also had Leon Shering, who's pretty okay as well. 6'6", not the quickest, though, unfortunately, and not the best heading either. For someone who's 6'6", his jumping reach isn't that great either, but that was Leon Shering. And lastly is Jamaican midfielder Connor Burke. I don't know where that alleged midfielder we were supposed to get that was really good has gone, but there you go. This might be Connor Burke, but they said English, and he's very clearly Jamaican, unless he's changed nationalities or something. 3 acceleration, though. He's like trying to turn a tugboat, unfortunately. Very good passing, though, and decent enough vision, but there's so many other things that kind of lack on him, sadly. But today, it's all about the derby. Blackhaven did buy someone in January, it turns out. I didn't notice that. They brought this guy, Dejan Karaklic. No, not him, there's another. Dejan Bloomfield from Aston Villa for £31 million. And, well, I was going to say that their performances have increased since he's been at the club, but they have, but he's not actually been playing for them, so I don't know what's happened there. Right, so we are at least getting nearly back to not full strength. There's still some players missing, but at the very least, we've got more of a team. Also, Afkir has now got a work permit, a proper one. He now can play for us, but got injured the moment he was able to, unfortunately. So, that's going to be our lineup, quite frankly. The bench will be Putman, Cartley, Vukuripa, Morton, Levy, Chan, Lee, and Nevitt. It's not too bad. Also, the link is building up better here. This one's now got worse. There's a lot on the line in this game. It's the first game. It's on television. It's the 4:30 kickoff on the Sunday at the Lighthouse. The first Leyth derby in the Premier League to ever actually take place on the island. This is huge. The Lighthouse is looking resplendent. It's what you want. A lovely, lovely afternoon here for a game. Surely it can't get better than turning around a 2-goal deficit to win away from home. But that wasn't actually in Leyth. To actually win in the Premier League on the island against them would be something else. But with the form they're in, I mean, we've improved lately. That win against West Ham showed me something. Even though we didn't create that many chances as Neil Tank is through and Griggsy makes the big stop. It's a little unsure of where we lay. The one thing we do know is that they're in excellent form. And Kimberley's got it. Lovely clearance from Ropas. That's a great first touch as well. He could take both of these guys on. He does. He's got the pace to go around. Demetrius Ropas, tight angle. Oh, he just held onto it for one tiny second too long. Kimberley with the ball. He's got a lot of options in front of him. Can he find the right pass? Oh, wow. Lovely work. And Ropas. That was nice work again. Remember, Clive Kimberley's first ever goal for Whitport was against Blackhaven in that derby match earlier this year. I mean, what a moment to announce himself. And he's been nothing but brilliant since then. Billington now. Bit of space for Win Billington and a good block. But Kimberley will keep this ball around the side for Brazili. Tons of room. And he's blocked again. Blackhaven on the ropes a little bit here. It's a good start from us. They've had a few more shots, but we haven't really seen much of them. McKinnon goes past 1. Goes past 2. Good save. Neil Tank and it's cleared. And Ropas might be able to spin this away. He's going to get tackled, isn't he? Do not concede on the stroke of half-time. Oh, lovely tackle from Morelli. Where's the pass from Kimberley? Here we go. Oh, what a ball. He's found Brazili. Brazili must finish. Why is he suddenly going so slowly? What? You're one of the fastest players on the team and you now choose to run slowly. Nice pick up from Clive, obviously. Best player on the pitch, I would say. Fraser Thompson's injured. Maybe with the strike and Griggs again is forced to tip wide. That's a lovely little first touch from Dave Morton that's creeping in. Here's Ben Putman-Kitely into the derby. Wall across. And I imagine if Ben Putman-Kitely did something that won us this match in some way. Kimberley does okay there. McKinnon. Putman-Kitely's very narrow here. Oh, what a touch. Morton's just tenacious today. He hates Blackhaven. Oh, it goes past 2 of them and he's lost it. Morton is just relentless. Look at Dave Morton. I feel like he's going to be the catalyst for something magical here. And Levi with the shot. And we're into stoppage time now. A goal now wins this derby. Otherwise, it's going to be one of the more forgettable derbies in Leyth history, sadly, it would appear. Unless something magical happens now. Kimberley, can he put this on someone's head? And finds Dale Connor! Oh, and Billington was there, but he couldn't get the ball down. McKinnon. Watch out for the breakaway. And, oh, they've not done a good job there. They've got so many men surging forward. What a tackle from Dale Connor. Now he's got options. And he's not found anyone. And it does look as if it's going to be Whitport 0, Blackhaven 0 in the derby. Well, they look better than they did earlier this season, is what I would say. And again, the referee blows the whistle. Pretty dull game for the most part, really. Whitport 0, Blackhaven 0. I don't think anyone really deserved to win that match. Morton did well off the bench. Russell Griggs was actually man of the match in the end there. Nice to see that for old Russie. Clive Kimbler was obviously up there too. 50 points on the board, though, with 2 games to go. We're not going to finish any higher than 8th. There's no chance of it. Well, basically, the only positions that we could swap are with Blackhaven. And I feel like we might, because we've got 2 really tough games, and they surely have at least one winnable game left. Yeah, they play Leeds and Southampton in their final 2 matches, whereas we go to Arsenal and then host Manchester United. I feel like they might just sneak above us in the league, and that would be annoying. But they've been on a really good run, and they kind of deserve it based on that alone, I suppose. So, tomorrow's episode, the final 2 games of the season, and obviously we'll talk about the other leagues, all sorts of other good stuff there too. So, if you've enjoyed this, in spite of the lack of a win in the derby, drop a like, that'd be superb. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, that'd be sick as well. I stream on Twitch on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and usually at the weekend too. Stream a showdown this weekend as well, which makes it even better. So I will see you guys very, very soon. Hold your gun, capybara. Bye-bye.